What's going on? YouTube, listen up, young elder gang. This is Dr. Charles P. Winston at you with another banger. Please make sure you like, subscribe and share this video. Fam, I hope this video get at least 100,000 likes. In this video you will find history definitions, scripture information, and best of all, what we Americans have been deprived of from the beginning, the truth. Keep in mind, this content used in this video is intended for entertainment, educational and informational purposes only. We will give you the total truth as we best understand it. Today, be sure to hit that like button, young elder gang. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit that bell and don't forget to check back with us every day for new content. Social media platforms and other digital technologies are designed with algorithms that aim to maximize user engagement. These algorithms learn individual preferences and continuously feed users content that triggers dopamine responses, creating a powerful feedback loop and dependency akin to other addictive behaviors. Some people may be particularly vulnerable, especially those with high levels of internet use for socialization, education, and entertainment. However, technology addiction is not limited to a specific demographic group, and it is increasing across diverse populations. Children and adolescents may be particularly vulnerable to technological addiction because their brains are still developing. For some children and teens, social media and video games play a significant role in the relationships and experiences that impact their growth, development and mental health, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics Center of Excellence on Social Media and Youth Mental Health. Excessive problematic use of social media and video games among children and adolescents has the potential to develop into a behavioral addiction. This can have a negative impact on their psychological, physical, social, and developmental well-being. It can lead to significant distress and contribute to other mental health conditions such as anxiety, depression, and insomnia. Some truth seekers suggest a connection between technology addiction and the Illuminati agenda, positing that the Illuminati uses technology to manipulate and control populations. Mind control and psychological manipulation. Truth seekers suggest the Illuminati employs advanced technologies and subliminal messaging for large-scale mind control and behavioral manipulation, controlling global institutions. The Illuminati is believed by some to control global financial and political institutions, manipulating world events to serve their agenda of a new world order, according to Medium. Symbolism in popular culture. Alleged Illuminati symbols, like the all-seeing eye and pyramids, are claimed to be present in popular culture to subtly indoctrinate the masses into their agenda. This morning, our yard was abuzz with a chorus of songbirds. Summer tanagers, vireos, orioles, indigo buntings, goldfinches and cardinals that had joined the resident bluebirds, woodpeckers, Virginia creepers, nuthatches, titmice and sapsuckers to complete the ensemble. Many had come in flocks, which was unusual before a few years ago. We live in a remote area, far from any cell phone towers. As these towers have become more ubiquitous, the flocks of birds coming here have increased. Others in urban areas say their songbirds have disappeared altogether. Many urban people are also reporting a massive decline in insect populations. With the discovery of the Schumann resonances in 1952, it became apparent even to mainstream scientists that the Earth was an electromagnetic living organism that constantly emits extremely low-frequency ELF waves. Birds and insects use these frequencies as a compass when migrating. Many studies have demonstrated the adverse effects that the spike in artificial ELF waves have had on birds and insects. Colony collapse in honeybees has been connected to these same ELFs. Hundreds of species of birds and butterflies will soon be extinct. These are the canaries in the coal mine for a coming mass extinction event. Human health is also being severely damaged by this explosion in radio waves. The Earth's electromagnetic field surrounds and protects us, operating at an average natural frequency of 7.83 Hz. Solar winds, lightning and other natural phenomena act to maintain this average by adding or subtracting energy when necessary. This is the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Since humans are of this Earth, we are electromagnetic beings. Just look at an EKG, electrocardiogram screen in any hospital, and this becomes obvious. In the 1980s, it was discovered that the human brain also has an operating frequency, the exact same as the Schumann resonance at 7.83 Hz. Austrian electrical engineer Louis Hainsworth discovered these naturally occurring brain frequencies, which have become known as alpha waves. Hainsworth was the first to suggest that human health is dependent upon our brain frequency being in sync with the Earth's Schumann resonance. One of the main researchers on the topic, Dr. Wolfgang Ludwig, discovered that while the Schumann resonance could be easily measured in nature and out at sea, it was nearly impossible to detect in cities or even smaller towns where cell phone towers and usage are omnipresent. More ominously, Hainsworth predicted that should humans continue to be exposed to these unnatural frequencies, an evolution of the human brain was likely. But an evolution into what? We would be evolving from a 100,000-year state where we were happily tuned into Mother Earth's natural rhythms to a state of chaos and discontent based on an unnatural and therefore alien AI life cadence. Does this explain the multiple personality, identity scrambling transgender, transhumanist push by the Illuminati's Tavistock Institute media branch? Does it explain why people seem to be going completely nuts? What happens when 5G gets completely rolled out? Will humans be in the same boat as birds? Will we completely lose our bearings as to who we are and be herded that much more easily into New World, secular order city of London, orchestrated depopulation and disease? Despite the lack of both telecom regulation and funding for studies critical of ELFs, even mainstream organizations like WHO now admit that cell phones cause cancer, the most common form of which are gliomas located in the area of the brain nearest the ear. Many of these gliomas then migrate to the pineal gland at the center of the brain. This is significant for two reasons. Physiologically, the pineal gland is where we produce melatonin. This human hormone attacks free radicals and is key to rebuilding our badly taxed immune systems, which most researchers agree is the main culprit behind not just cancer but all disease. We produce melatonin only when we sleep in a dark place due to our innate circadian rhythm, but recent studies have shown that our brain cannot distinguish between light frequency and ELFs. So if you live in an area congested with cell phone chatter, you're not producing melatonin because your brain doesn't think you're asleep even when you are. Spiritually, the pineal gland was regarded by the ancients as our third eye, giving humans a natural ability to detect phenomena existing beyond our five senses. Many Illuminati researchers have documented the obsession these self-professed Luciferians have had with shutting down this God-given ability based in our pineal gland in the entire human population and hoarding this knowledge for themselves via their secret societies. If we are to remain human, we must expose this well-marketed onslaught of radio waves for what it is, an assault on both humanity and our Earth Mother by an alien AI invader. Get off your device, get outside and get to know both your mother and yourself. Then fight like hell to defend both of you, because this is a war they have declared on all of us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some birds I need to get in tune with. Technology's rise has revolutionized our lives, communication, and interaction with the world. However, this rapid advancement has a sinister side. According to this view, tech addiction isn't merely a byproduct of innovation, but a calculated tool wielded by global elites to manipulate and control the masses. In a 2018 open letter, the two largest investors in Apple, Jana Partners and the California State Teachers Retirement System, called on the tech giant to take a serious look at how increased screen time is affecting and addicting children to technology. The letter said, Apple can play a defining role in signaling to the industry that paying special attention to the health and development of the next generation is both good business and the right thing to do. While a handful of commentators have railed against the dangers of a world operating in augmented reality mode, could this letter be a bellwether towards a quantum leap in societal awareness as to the dangers of technological addiction on a mass scale? Let's hope so. With CERN opening Pandora's box in its arrogant quest for the God particle, increasingly powerful cell phone towers are said to be broadcasting CERN-generated dark matter into American households. Additionally, demonic pay-with-your-face portals are now in the hands of nearly every American, child and adult alike. We are at a spiritual crossroads on planet Earth. Illuminati programming on both TV and the internet is coming out in the open. The latest Taco Bell commercials contain a tacit and triumphant admission of the secret society's existence. On November 13th, the FDA approved the first ever microchipped prescription drug. Abilify MyCite contains a digital ingestion tracking system that will record whether or not the patient took his and her medication. And now corporate retailers like Walmart and Tommy Hilfiger are embedding invisible RFID tags and microchips in the clothing and other goods you buy, which allow them to literally track your every move, how often you wear or use the item, and much more personal data. The Illuminati endgame is nigh, and technology is their spearhead. Ironically, it is discernment that now becomes paramount as the Tavistock media step up their deception and perception management as to who are the angels and who are the demons. Social media is their favorite venue. In November 2017, former Facebook President Sean Parker himself stated of the social media platform, "God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains." Another top former Facebook executive, Chamath Palihapitiya, stated the obvious solution. "I can control my decision, which is that I don't use that stuff. I can control my kids' decisions, which is that they're not allowed to use that stuff. Those who choose to remain addicted to their cell phones, tablets." Then he goes on to say laptops act as electrical conduits in opening demonic lynch mob portals that bring increased hatred, division, death and destruction to this earth. Those who go back to talking to animals, trees, Father Sky and Mother Earth will see the deception, seek to reunify the people and become hunted enemies of the satanic state. It's pretty simple, and simplicity is precisely where God can be found. Symptoms of internet use disorders vary with different technologies, but generally include an inability to control use of the technology, difficulties with personal and professional responsibilities, continuing to use the technology despite negative consequences, and continued problems over an extended period. Just as with substance use disorders, people with a technological addiction may think obsessively about the behavior, and they may experience withdrawal symptoms if access to the technology is cut off. They may also require greater time or intensity in the technology use behavior to feel the same effects. In some circumstances, there may be physical symptoms such as eye strain, headaches, and disrupted sleep. It's important to note that the amount of time spent on a technology alone does not necessarily indicate problematic or compulsive use. Also important is to consider whether a person's excessive focus on online activities may be related to another mental health condition. The problematic use of technology may be a coping mechanism, maladaptive behavior, or a self-medication for an underlying psychiatric condition. A number of factors can contribute to the development of tech addiction, including psychological, social, and environmental factors. Individuals with pre-existing mental health issues, such as depression or anxiety, may be more susceptible to developing internet use disorders as a coping mechanism. Social isolation, peer pressure, and a lack of in-person social connections can contribute to the reliance on online interactions. Additionally, the accessibility and convenience of the internet, especially through smartphones, play a role in the development of internet use disorders.